Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Hello there everybody! Well, the end of the first W Series has come and gone. Let's take a look at the finale at Brands Hatch, as well as a small amount of motorsport that was on this weekend. Starting with the title decider in W Series. Chadwick had a points advantage and a better grid position than Visser. Kudos to Esme Hawkey, who had her best qualifying performance so far with a third on the grid, until she blew it. She jumped the start, stalled the car, got a drive-through. Top job there, Hawkey. Kiyama had an even worse race, getting a drive-through, then spinning, then failing to spin the car the right way around, and generally looking quite silly. This race didn't liven up until Alice Powell forced her way past Chadwick, touching her on the way past, which probably made Chadwick's heart rate jump up a bit. Kymäläinen followed Powell through, and those two drove off into the distance before the safety car came out for the stricken Kiyama. But after the restart, they drove off again, and then Visser forced her way past Chadwick. Unfortunately, she was a bit too far behind to challenge for the title in the end, and Jamie started to drop back towards Volverand as well. But at the finish of the race, it was Powell from Kymäläinen, Visser from Chadwick, meaning Jamie Chadwick is the W Series champion and gets to take the oddly phallic trophy home. Now, the first 12 in the standings automatically get entered into next year's championship, but if Jamie Chadwick isn't given a Formula 2 drive, then this whole thing is a waste of time. Only time will tell. DTM was also at Brands Hatch this weekend, and is it me, or is it a bit underwhelming? The racing is very rarely exciting, and there's not a lot of overtaking except when they exit the pits on cold tyres, and it's all just a bit flat. Anyway, race 1 and Jake Dennis got squeezed by Juncadella and Glock at the start. Juncadella was eventually penalised. Di Resta in the Aston Martin was having their best race yet by leading away, before getting a drive-through and dropping down, and eventually he pulled in the garage out of the race. In the end, Whitman won from a closing Rast. Race 2, and the only eventful thing to happen was Di Resta cursing up a storm during his pit stop, causing the commentator to apologise at least 100 times. Rast won from Muller in an Audi 123. Finally, NASCAR, and apart from a few punctures and a crash at the end of stage 2, again not much happened. Harvick took the win and took his child for a spin, which was hilarious as he clung on desperately. It would have been funny to see him flung out the window, but it was a nice moment, and one of the few good things about NASCAR. You couldn't do that in any other motorsport. But a problem I do have is the playoff system. Harvick winning his second race of the year means the championship is quite close, with a number of drivers in with a chance, if it was a normal championship. But as 16 go through to the playoffs, it's kind of pointless. Harvick winning means nothing. Anyway, that was all for this weekend. We have a bit more motorsport in the coming weekend to talk about. So, congratulations to Jamie Chadwick, and I'll be releasing more content soon. All the best and have a good one.